just maybe some people haven't realized this yet, but that's why I'm making the video. It seems to me like this one didn't do anything to them. It was barely capable. It was not powerful, right, in its realm or whatever. But the other day, that entity, when the dudes like turn off the light and then it just stood there and it was super defined, you could see it really clearly. Yeah, it was complete, black and shadow. People probably just thought, oh, that's so edited in because it was so defined. They probably just assumed it was edited in. But then you see stuff like this and you realize that this stuff's real. Sorry, I'm just being told I'm running out of space. So maybe if I just turn the camera off. So yeah, just the epiphany is like, the more defined it is, like the worse a case that you have of one of these shadow entities, and the more powerful they seem to be and be able to manipulate the environment more. And why is something I need to think about further and research. So I'm sure there's some people out there in this world that have made some good inroads. So we're going to start to do that on this channel too. We're going to research into, entity phenomena. There's this game called Phantasmobia, which I got introduced to by Dr. Chaos from Brazil, who was that SOS streamer. And she used to play it with her friends, and I would watch her a couple of times, and it had such a variety of like information. It was a game where you would ghost hunt, and you had to figure out which type of like entity it was. Was it a poltergeist? Was it a, this or that? And so just from that I realized, well, fuck, people have really categorized this stuff, so we're gonna have to research into this as well, because what are the chances when we see Urbex Hill channel, one of the ghost channels out on the internet, getting invaded by an entity and knocked out for like 10 minutes and pushed back like by invisible force and all this stuff in one of his hunts. And remember, in Uruguay I used to do ghost hunting with my ex-girlfriend over there, Veronica Zampano Blumenfeld, who was the co-director of ICP, Investigation Scientific Paranormal. So we'd go around and we'd clear houses and stuff. This was like back in 2016 when I first got to Uruguay. Anyway, just for people who are on my channel and know the last few years I've been in Uruguay overseas, but I'm Australian. Yeah, anyway, so like I wanted to look into this more, but yeah, it's interesting that something I noticed, that the more defined the entity is, like the more power they have on our spectrum, on our electromagnetic spectrum. And think about it, it is that, it's on the spectrum base, at some base level, near Planck length or something, right? Because they manipulate lights a lot. You see that in so many videos that you think, oh, well, look, the 7 billion people, obviously, like 1 million or 2 of them can make a ghost video and get their lights to flicker. That's what I think the skeptics think. You know what I mean? Before they have their own experiences and stuff. Anyway, just saying, basically, the more defined they seem to be, the more they seem to be able to manipulate our field here, talking from the standpoint of in this universe, in my body.